All right. My name is Robin Whitworth, and I am the facilitator of the Elevated Mother Experience. And I have Violet Wickham, who is a mom of 8. She's a grandmother, and she was a one-on-one client of mine at one time, and then she jumped in the Elevated Mother Experience. And then she, for the last few months, has been in one of our extended support offers. And today I asked her to share kind of what has happened, what has gone on in her life, what has changed, what is she taking away from where she's been so far, what has changed. Just really, I haven't given her prompts. This is unscripted, but I wanted her to share from her heart. And so I'm going to just hand it over to you, Charlotte, Violet. Words are hard sometimes, and just share with us what you want. If you have questions for me, or that's fine.
Yeah, well, it's almost hard to remember what it used to be like, just because there's so much change that's gone on. So it's hard to remember. I can remember just feeling like I was in a really dark place, that I didn't have any real direction to go. And I didn't know how to move on from that space, but since then, with this program, I've been able to focus on things to get my directions on where I want to go, get design goals that I could do and actually achieve. And several of those I already have, so that's wonderful. Now I just got to make new ones and start over, sort of. Well, not starting over, but keep moving. Because if I just stall my goals, then I definitely aren't going to keep going forward, which is exactly what I want to do. Keep moving forward with everything, and I was able to gain more confidence in myself and more pride in the things I could do. I'm capable of doing these things, and that they're worthwhile to do. I took courage. I took more confidence in being able to talk about my health with my doctors or with my therapist or with all that. And I was able to make decisions that have made it so much easier and so much better for myself. I'm in a much brighter place. Things don't get so dark. I don't fight my demons. Most of the time I face them, and most of the time it's just old thoughts that come back, and so I just fill them with other things instead. Get myself moving forward.
I just got little chills especially when you're just like, I just don't have to go back there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, man. One of the things I would like to know, if it's okay if I ask you a question.
Yeah.
Here I am asking this, but what would you say was like a highlight from the last 8-9 months? Like when you think back on it, it's like, if someone was like, oh, you did that Elevated Mother Experience, like what was the best part or the best thing or highlight moment or week? Or
the best thing was realizing I actually accomplished my goals that I wrote 3 months ago and that I wrote 6 months ago. I actually did them without putting in as much effort as I used to think that it would require. You think it would be all this hard work, when it's really, when it's broken down and taken into the smaller steps, it's so easy, and you get them done and you're just like, I just finished that and I didn't even realize it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm just thinking of all the people that are like, I just don't accomplish stuff. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. Like, you're like, yeah, I did them and I didn't even know that I did them.
Yeah.
It's a process though. Okay, so the highlight was being able to it's interesting because when we bring people into this program, part of the marketing is that you'll be able to make those decisions with ease. You'll be able to reach those goals with ease. You'll be able to find your voice and who you are and say what you need with ease. And even something in my journey I'm learning is I feel like if it wasn't hard, it wasn't valuable.
Yeah.
And so when you're like, it feels like I felt like for a long time I had to put in so much effort, like it was going to be hard. And
Mhm.
you've seen like I accomplished these goals and it wasn't painstaking. Like it wasn't right. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, it definitely just kind of went with the flow. I knew what I wanted to do, and didn't have to remember it every day. But there were things that I would try to do, that I planned to do. Okay, this is what I'm doing this week. This is what I'm doing today. This is what I can do this time or whatever. Having kind of a set plan on how I wanted to do things. And then it just kind of started flowing, and it didn't take as much effort to do anything. And then I got my goals done.
So one other question, if I can ask, is
Yeah.
one of the fears a lot of people have when they come in is like they'll say, I'm just scared of how hard it's going to be, or I'm afraid of how much work this is going to be. How much time is this going to take? And you've just expressed kind of the opposite. Like, okay, I thought I did, right? You thought that's how it was going to be, and then it wasn't. So was it all hard? Was there anything that was fun? Was there anything that really truly surprised you about either me or the group, or that was maybe different than all of the other programs or books or therapies you've done? Something that was a little different about this experience?
Having group was really different. I've never done a group therapy or a group anything before. So having the group and having other women on the same project as I was, on the same steps as I was, and able to bring up different ideas and stuff really made a difference in what, in ways I could apply it, and ways I could do other things. It just made a big difference.
It's interesting because that's one of the things a lot of people are afraid about, is being vulnerable with other women and really sharing. I'll never forget at the retreat. So if you guys don't know, Violet went to the retreat. Tell us about that. Were you nervous about going to the retreat and meeting in person?
I was at first, but when we got there, it felt very warming. Everyone was welcoming. We seemed like we got on right off the bat, and everything just went really well.
And I'll never forget when we were sitting at dinner, and I'm just going to remember this forever. Do you know what I'm already going to say? But just like we were talking about how hard it was for some of us to have kids and different stuff. And you're like, well, I wanted all of my kids. Like, that's a hard decision to have. I was like, I think that was one of the first times that I'd seen you in our group, like really stand in your power and say something. Like, it was so good. And I was like, Violet is become so powerful. When you talk about, I've been able to voice things with my doctors and say, this is what I think I need. This is where I think I'm going, and voice things with at work and with your kids in just different ways. And like, that's just amazing. It's just amazing. Any other last thoughts that you want to share before we hop off this little interview, and anything you want to share with anyone that's either considering the program or that you just want the world to know?
It really does change how you feel and how you think about the world around you and the world inside you, especially what's inside you. And it helps you transform from the exterior visions that everybody has for you and to your own vision of yourself, which is a big difference. It's usually a very big difference from what others see into what you really want to be.
Totally. Well, thank you so much for sharing these thoughts with us. It has been so fun for me to have watched and got a front row seat to this total transformation from where you were to where you are now. Even if those of you watching this recording, if you go back and find Violet's first video, you will see a physical difference between how she voices things, how she talks now to 6 months ago. It's incredible. I know Violet's like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch my video. All right. Well, we will let you get back to your family. And thank you so much. so much.
Thanks.